today we're going to be making cottage pie. It's an English recipe and we have mustard. You can use any type of mustard. This is what I put in mine. I'm going to be using Marmite again, soya sauce, bit of salt, a little bit of honey, and I also use Bramley apple sauce. Like I said, you can either use whole grain mustard seeds or Dijon, or if you've got English mustard or French mustard or any kind of mustard, it just gives it a bit of kick. I've got my naughty gravy granules, a bit of olive oil, and obviously mince, and then potato for the cottage pie. And I've got carrots and peas, which is what it's going to be served with. I'm going to do half with a cheese topping as well, and obviously garlic and ginger to give it a nice base flavouring. Right, so we're going to start off with olive oil, just a swirl. I tend to get mint. You can use any type of mince really, but I tend to get one with not very much fat in, because otherwise it looks all very, very greasy on top. So I'm going to start it off by doing my base with garlic and ginger. As I've said in one of my other videos, I freeze my garlic. I buy it fresh and I freeze it. I've always got it to hand. I quite like using smaller knives in the kitchen. I'm going to steam my potatoes, ready for the mash. So literally I'm going to be multitasking today as I'm talking. Wait for that to heat up. I'm using red onion today and shallots. You can use any type of onion really. Cut them into fine dices. Whoa. Give it a stir, keep an eye on the garlic and ginger. Personally, I don't like to wash the onions because I want to keep all the flavouring in it and I possibly can. We're going to cook the onions so they're all nice and brown. If you want to add more oil at this moment in time, you can. In the meantime, whilst that's going on, I need to get my mashed potato ready. Cleaning my potatoes for my mashed potato. Now these potatoes, I'm using Maris Pipers. They're locally purchased. I absolutely love Maris Pipers potatoes. They make wonderful mashed potato, wonderful roast potatoes, and oh, to die for homemade chips. Don't forget you've still got your onion and garlic and a bit of ginger going on here, so remember to keep it on speed. I've got that on a high temperature at the moment because I really want it to be nice and brown. And all I'm doing with the potatoes is peeling them. If you leave a bit of skin on, it really doesn't matter. Now I've got 2 lots of 500 grams of minced meat, and in terms of potatoes, my family love a good lot of mashed potato on their shepherd's pie, so I tend to go as deep with the potato as one does with the mince. I'm literally going to be doing all those potatoes. There's nothing worse than not having enough potatoes for mashed potato for shepherd's pie. I mean, I tend to have shepherd's pie all done and dusted in the oven from start to finish within 20-25 minutes. I'll rinse them for that. And ready for steaming. For the next layer. So the onions and garlic, ginger, they're all nice and brown. So I'm going to start off by mustard. I love whole grain mustard. So literally I'm going teaspoons with everything. So 1 in. And I also put honey in my pie. I tend to go for Manuka honey, very good for you. Any other type of honey, yeah, it's fine. I mean, with something like Manuka honey, you don't actually need very much. So, but I'm going to put a teaspoon of this again. This is absolutely amazing for colds, and if you get local honey, even for hay season, things like that, it's absolutely fantastic. I'm going to add my applesauce. My good old classic Marmite. Now be careful, you do just put a teaspoon of this. Too much of it can almost be a bit too overpowering. It almost smells quite cidery, which is really nice. I have to kind of like keep on looking over to have a look at the colour, because through these I see the yellow lenses and everything different colour. Can you imagine when I'm actually making an Indian curry? There's me thinking, oh, it's yellow enough, and when I look over it's like, actually we need some more turmeric. I'm going to add 5 lots of twists of Himalayan salt. If you don't mind pepper, you can actually put pepper in this, but as I said before, my husband really doesn't do pepper. It's quite annoying. And then I'm going to add a couple of splashes of soy sauce and brown sauce. This gives it a really lovely kick for the shepherd's pie. Now I'm going to lower the temperature on this slightly, let it all group together. It's going to be way later. I will now put my meat in. I will let my meat cook. So I'll give a nice little mix up as it cooks. You can really smell that mustard and the sweetness of that honey and the brown sauce and the soy sauce. Perfecto. So I'm just going to let that cook, and in the meanwhile I'm going to be increase the temperature obviously, and like I said, in the meanwhile I'm going to be making some quick gravy, and all I'm using for this is gravy granules. Kettle off. It's all going on in the kitchen today. Literally 2 lots of 500 grams of minced meat, and with this I'm going to put in enough gravy just to cover the head, because it's quite nice to have the juices of the gravy in the pie. If you don't make enough, you can always add more to it. Do it to your preference. Pour the hot water in. If you find it's not enough, just make some more and add some more in. I'm deliberately, you can see, it's really nice and thick. If you feel it's too thick, just add more water in, and that's ready to go in as soon as the meat is cooked. Tweak that now. It smells absolutely divine. Potatoes are doing well. Whilst I'm waiting for that, we're going to be having our shepherd's pie tonight with carrots. So whilst you're waiting, just prepare what other vegetables you're going to be having with shepherd's pie. As children, my brother used to love just shepherd's pie with battered bread. My son as a child, he used to love shepherd's pie with cucumber. I am actually going to put some more salt in that. So I'm going to be putting the peas in next. I'm going to add in an oxo cube. Now in this I'm going to be using my other little secret recipe, which I will show you. So ready for the potatoes. Here I'm going to add salt and butter. And milk. Stir. Elbow grease. I'm going to be doing two different types of toppings on the cottage pie. Obviously the first one is going to be the traditional, and then the other one is going to be with a sprinkle of cheese, because my daughter absolutely loves cheese and so does her father. A little bit easier in the scooping. I'm going to turn this one off heat. The oven is actually on at this moment in time. I like to use a cup or a mug because it just doesn't make as much mess. This is actually much lighter now, so I can scoop her in. Mash on top. I tend to do the sides, the outer first. Now bearing in mind it is going to be popping over the sides as well, what I tend to do is I will put this in a roasting tray, so any spillages that gets caught and it keeps my oven nice and clean. It's actually a lovely dish to do in the winter. It's lovely and warm and hearty. For the cheese lovers, you can grate it or you can slice it, whatever you feel comfortable in. I use ordinary English mild cheddar. It's a lovely meal after a hard day's work. There we go, and I tend to put it in the oven. Everything's cooked as it is, so I'm literally going to put it on max speed now because I have very hungry mouths to feed.